Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Second down to the air. Left side is Harris. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Still looking for our first score of the game as we start the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
This drive facing a little adversity now. A 10-yard loss leaves him with 2nd and 20. Rush is on. Right side, it's Brown. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And that's better protection up front by these guys. You give up a sack the play before, you got to give your quarterback some time. They do. And another thing that I really like, guys, what he did right here, you don't have to take a shot. You don't have to get it all back in one play. Nice job getting it out of your hands and now making the third down very manageable.
Wants to throw on third. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. Deep in the end zone, it's Avery. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. It's inside, it's Isaac. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. Pressure's there, and he lets it go.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
3rd and long right here. From the gun, wants to pass. And the 3rd down pass incomplete after a good deflection by the defense.
Well, they were trying to set up an outbreaking route here on 3rd and long, trying to get a receiver open in space. Just
guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Snapped it, and he has to have it. On the move. Now looking to throw back to the middle. Makes the grab, he's got a first down. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. On the move, it's Isaac. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Making the adjustment. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Here comes the heat. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Still 3rd down, but more ground to cover after the flag. He's looking downfield to throw. Keeping his eyes downfield. Looking down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
And you've got to go for this on 4th down. I mean, this offense hasn't even punted yet in this game anyway, and they've gone for it on 4th down a few times early. But the field position dictates that you're absolutely going for it here. Trailing on the scoreboard, you've got to dial up a good play. You've got to get your best playmaker the football.
How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wants to throw one first. Out wide left, it's Harris. Ridden out of bounds at the 14-yard line, and that'll give them a bit more room to operate.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very poised. He knew he had that defender bearing down on him. He got hit right as he threw it. Still, though, it didn't affect his accuracy. Nice job getting that completion.
Handoff to the single back. Got an alley. There he goes. Gets it out to the 22-yard line, and that'll be enough for the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. On 1st down from their own 22. Sells the run, looking to pass. Under pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the 3rd on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
Unloads it left. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
It's been a tale of 2 drives for this defense early on, right? They can't...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Needs it here on 4th down. Looking down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Fresh center downs going to the air. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Fires to the middle. Got it. He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
And he's not going to make it this time either. Another stop, and it's 3rd and goal. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. From the 3-yard line, they'll try it again on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
And I know it's easy up here in the booth, right, guys? Like, make that catch, right? Get on the scoreboard. Haven't scored yet with this offense. You want him to make that play, but a nice job by the defense, man. Getting there on time, not letting him wrap that football up. That's a great job breaking on the football with good time.
Look out! And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Cuts it upfield. It's Savage. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Left side is Harris. Timeout taken by the offense. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Drops back on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, we knew this would be a telling week, and Week 12 has not disappointed. Let's get you updated right away. We begin with a look at Penn State in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And it's the Nittany Lions, who are rewarded for feeding their star. For some reason, he plays better at home, and this team plays better at home, as they did today. The win pushes them to 11-0 on the year. Next game will give them a chance to finish the season undefeated.
They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
Let's now take a look at top 25 action.
The Gamecocks have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Finding space. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Handoff to the lone back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Taken down.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Looking to throw. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. It's a fumble on the play. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down.
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. You thought you made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, you know, getting a first down. That's how you do it.
And the Gamecocks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. Works the middle, and they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Snapped on 4th down. Finds his big tight end. And they get him down short of the first down marker.
And, man, when I was in school, man, you didn't really work on 4th down. Like, 3rd down was a big priority. Nowadays, so many people go for it. This is the second time they've gone for it already. First time they were successful, but defense prepared, ready to rock and roll. They make the play, and they get the turnover.
And so the Fresno State offense comes out onto the field. Low-scoring first half, but now an opportunity to get things off on the right foot here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, and the good thing is you had time to go in the locker room. You had time to discuss what they're doing, what our plan of action is now moving forward, Palmer. They might have caught them off guard a little bit. They know they should have made some adjustments.
Yeah, you had a chance to regroup and go back and think about, okay, where do we think we have our best chance of success in this game? Which side of the offensive line can we run to? Which guy can we throw to hopefully now have a much better second half?
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
He's got it. A solid pickup there. Works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quarterback signaling to his guy. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Rush right in his face. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're gonna let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. This 3rd down a little longer after that penalty. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Going to try to get it himself.
Defensively on 3rd and long, you are dropping deep. You are making sure you get at least to the sticks. They got a long way to go. Don't let them throw the football. Make them throw it underneath. And how about this quarterback? He doesn't...
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Got to make the play on fourth. Unloads it downfield. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. Curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves in.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet...
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's got an open man. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And it looked like for a second, man, he was going to take that all the way. He was going to score, broke some tackles, made the play, down inside the 5. He finally gets wrapped up. Now this offense set up with a first and goal situation.
Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Let it go. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Oh, pressure's coming. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up one on the play.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative, and that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Holds on, it's Bettis. Turning it on. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. And the Bulldogs come to the line in the hurry-up. Fresh set of downs going up top. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. With that penalty, the offense is backed up on second down. Back to throwing, they've got to go a long way. Right on target this time. Down he goes.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field.
This offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. He wants to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. Caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State. Lining up for the PAT. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Jacksonville State's offense comes out ready to start this drive. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
With the catch, it's Watkins. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. This time they'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this 3rd and long.
Swings it out to his running back. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
Offense here just trying to outflank the defense on 3rd down, trying to get the ball to their running back on the perimeter, but nice job tackling in the open field by the defense.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Gotta have it here on 4th down. They're all over it. And it's a sack.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on 4th down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
Motion from the wide receiver. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. The Bulldogs will use their first timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Back to pass on second down. Throws to the wideout. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down.
This quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. They'll go to the air. Finds the tight end. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. Now Fresno State calls it second timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. Fighting off the defender. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The Bulldogs take their third and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. The Gamecocks will line it up on 1st and 10. Fires quickly. Bulldozes his way through. Breaks free, and he might be gone. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory. And he tacks on the extra point. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets a block. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Rushes on. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. From the gun. Complete in the middle. And the quarterback stuck it right in the keyhole, and they've got it down to the 30-yard line. Making the adjustment on the play. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Here comes the heat. Intercepted, number 19. Got room on the return. The 40.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Going to take a shot on second and short. Throwing right. Got his man downfield. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling touchdown.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going